morning. How's everybody doing? It might not be morning for some of you. I just realized that. I should probably stop saying good morning. Anyway, welcome to another day of additive and multiplicative patterns. Let's just do some review really quick. For instance, an additive pattern versus a multiplicative pattern. Remember, both of these have to do right now with multiplying or adding X or our input. All right, so remember we have like a bunch of input and output tables. X is our input, Y is our output. So if we're making rules, our rules are things like X plus 5 equals Y. That would be an additive rule where we're adding to our X value. Or a multiplicative rule would be something like 5 times X equals Y. Remember, when you have a number and a letter next to each other, that means multiply. So that would be 5x's equals y. So additive, you are adding to your x value. Multiplicative, you are multiplying your x value to get your y. So now we need to figure out how can we tell the difference between an additive pattern and a multiplicative pattern. So that's what today is just looking at different tables and trying to find out if we have additive pattern or multiplicative pattern. So let's do that. Blank page. All right, so first off, read all the labels. Our title is called Cooking Rice, so that's what this is about. Our X is the number of cups of rice, and our Y is the amount of water that we need to cook that rice. All right, so each time we're going to look at our X value and then our Y value and see how could we turn the number in our X value into our Y value. All right, so let's try this one. 10, how would 10 turn into 11 and 5/10? Our addition rule, we could definitely add to turn 10 into 11 5/10. If you took 10 and added 1 and 5/10, that would give you 11 and 5/10. So this looks like plus 1 and 5/10. As far as multiplication, this one would be really difficult to multiply. To turn 10 into 11 and 5/10. It might be possible, but it's not something that you would be able to do in 5th grade. So this is actually going to be an easier one because we can just go ahead and check the additive rule on all of these. And it does look like each one of these x's, if we add 1 and 5/10, turns into our y. 12 plus 1 and 5/10 is 13 and 5/10. 14 plus 1 and 5/10 is 15 and 5/10. 16 plus 1 and 5/10 is 17 and 5/10. So our rule is the number of cups of rice plus 1 and 5/10 equals the number of cups of water. So is that an additive rule or a multiplicative rule? Additive, absolutely, because we are adding to our x value. So we just found out that we have an additive rule. My stomach just growled. I don't know if you can hear that. All right, so moving on, let's take a look at the next example. All right, so this time we don't have a table, but we have a graph. So since we don't have a table, our job is to make a table, all right? So we're going to make an x and y value table, all right? X stands for number of t-shirts, all right? And our y is y is our number of stickers, all right? So it looks like x value represents the number of t-shirts bought at a gift shop, and our y value is the number of stickers. All right, so we got to find a relationship between these things. Apparently, people buy t-shirts and stickers together, or the amount, or this is the amount of t-shirts that the store buys, and then the amount of stickers. I don't know. Let's find out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find all of these points and put them on our graph, our table. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to find the x and y value for all of these, like run 1, jump 2. This is 1, 2. You can put it on the table right there, 1, 2. I want you to fill out the table, and when we return, we'll take a look and find out if this is an additive or a multiplicative pattern, and I'll see you then.